Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by an actor you've seen in Ozark, Ray Donovan, and Sugar, among various other film, TV, and theater projects. His latest is the film Edge of Everything. We welcome Jason Butler Harner.
Hey, how are you?
Absolutely great, Jason. Let's go beyond the mic. Edge of Everything deals with the trials of being a teen after loss. How did your role as David, dad to Sierra McCormick's character, Abby, change the way you remember your own teen years?
Oh, wow. Listen, I was a teenager a little while ago. And my parents divorced when I was really young, and my dad had custody, which was rare for the 70s. I think everyone was doing a good job. Everyone did the best they could. And also in that time, they also didn't have quite as firm a hand or an observant hand on helping guide me as a teenager. It all worked out. I was always loved. I was always housed, fed, saved. But in terms of, I have a different kind of respect for the challenges of doing that. Not just because somebody has to go make the money and somebody has to do all the stuff, but also just because there's such conflict about where you have been and haven't been able to be for raising your kid, if that makes sense. I think that's what I really appreciated that more, but especially now. I don't know if you have kids, but wow, can you imagine raising a teenage girl right now? It's just got to be so hard.
I have 2 kids, 1 a girl, so I know how hard that is. How did theater change your life?
Oh, wow. It's no exaggeration that it literally saved my life. April rolled around of my senior year, and I was all over the place as a teenager. I had grades all over the place. I was a smart kid with a lot of feelings. I'm the second person to go to college in my family, but the first person to go into the arts. And so I only had one place to go, and that was Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. And then I discovered, I'm actually kind of good at this, and I really like it. And then later, thing happened. I was in New York, and I thought, I guess I need some more skills. And then on a whim, I applied to grad school. I didn't understand that NYU grad was this challenging school, whatever. And I got in. And so there's been these moments where that focus, of being an actor, especially the way theater is a more of a communal experience, obviously for the audience because they're right there with you, and for the people who are building it together every night, it gave me foothold to really not only have a career that I never ever thought was possible, but also for a community and a focus and a passion, something that I really liked. A lot of people, it takes a long time before they find something, if you have the luxury of finding something that you actually want to do. And I was very lucky that I discovered something that I wanted to do and felt like I was good enough at it to make some money at it, I guess.
You talk about focus and passion. So how do you mentally prepare for each role?
Sometimes the schedules are so strange. Even on Edge of Everything, I had been talking with Pablo and Sofia because we live near each other. This is their first film. It's incredible. And it won the Santa Barbara International Film Festival Panavision Award. And so it's got a real personal taste to it. And I was so intrigued by them personally that I was invested. But it was in the pandemic. We shot it, and I had gone to do The Walking Dead. And so there was a minute when I didn't think I was going to get to do it. And then all of a sudden the schedule shifted by a day, and I flew right to San Francisco, from Georgia. And so sometimes with the preparation, you're going with your first instincts. Sometimes, like I did this, my first big movie was Changeling with Clint Eastwood, based on a real person. Sometimes I do like to do a ton of research. But in certain instances where you're showing up and you got to go, you just really jump in with your first instincts, and you trust yourself, and you try to get out of your own way, if that makes any sense,
Makes a lot of sense. Jason Butler Harner from Edge of Everything joins us beyond the mic. And Jason, it's time for the Rockin' 8 random questions.
Oh, boy.
All you got to do is answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no pressure.
I'm a Libra, so this is going to be, we'll see what happens.
Best thing about your dog toupee?
Oh, wow. The way he sleeps next to me.
What about your favorite memory with your parents?
You know what? I loved my grandparents. I came from a small town, and when we would go, one time we had a family visit before there was a divorce, and there was a family visit where everybody was there. We're in Elmira, New York, where we had this cookies and stuff, that Waldorf salad. That's what it was. My grandmother made this Waldorf salad that I loved. That was a good memory.
Which class, Jason, at the Tisch School of Arts was your favorite?
Well, it's I was lucky to have at NYU grad this teacher, Ron Van Loo. He went on to Yale. His name has been mentioned in so many Oscar speeches, Mahershala Ali this year, Divine, Lupita Nyong'o. So he was an amazing man, amazing acting teacher. So acting with Ron Van Loo.
How about your best plays at VCU to study or think?
Oh my gosh. At the time, it was, well, there's this area outside. There was a theater there, the Performing Arts Center. I think a lot of schools have PAC that you go to. And outside, there was a kind of an arena because they ran out of money while they were making PAC. So the theater on the inside was half of a theater, and on the outside, they made this kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. And I would sit sometimes outside in this grassy knoll and memorize lines and stuff.
Which Broadway role is the one you do anything for?
Oh, wow. I guess I'm going to do that. I'm going to punt and say the new play that I don't know. I've been lucky to do some great plays, man. I did The Glass Menagerie with Sally Field. I did Cherry Orchard with Annette Bening and Sarah Paulson. That's where we became good friends. Oh, man. I don't have I'll say this. I think I have an Iago in me for Othello that would be really unique. Somehow I play a lot of baddies who have hearts and stuff going on. So maybe Iago.
Jason, do you remember the name of your best friend as a Titan at T.C. Williams High School?
I do indeed. We're still friends. Her name is Becky Doggett. She has a restaurant, well, now a dog place in Portland, Oregon. She was my great friend. She really introduced me to David Bowie when I had no idea. Now I'm obsessed with David Bowie.
So which Libra personality trait are you not like?
Wow, you have really done your research. They say that sometimes they think Libras are Renaissance people, and they love all things, and they're also great peacemakers. It is true that if someone needs to make a decision on a restaurant, do not come to me. I'll go wherever you want to go. But I am not fair weather. I am a very, very, very loyal friend, and I will fight hard for you.
What makes you feel unstoppable?
Makes me feel unstoppable. Boy, you caught me on today I do feel good. So thankfully it's not a low day. I just think you have to have a faith, you have to have some sense of faith in self. And if you don't come from, just like a sense of like, you know what, it's fine. You've gotten here. You made it this far. You're still alive and you've endured things. So just don't worry, if that makes sense. I'd say faith. And that can be a religious faith. That can be any form of belief that you have that you're going to take care of yourself and it's all going to be fine.
It's time for One Big Question with Jason Butler Harner Beyond the Mic. Your last two films, The Edge of Everything and The Big Bend, both deal with complex family dynamics under stressful situations. How much do you value your own family, and why has their support grounded you?
Wow. I have a real thing because part of my life is coming from a small town, Elmira, New York, raised in the suburb, Alexandria, Virginia, lived in New York for 23 years, now live in LA. So the nature of that grounding for my family that still lives in Ithaca, New York, it's just that knowing that I have sometimes you just have to know you have a net, even if you don't get to experience the net. So that is the one thing that I am able to hold on to. My parents did a great job, the best that they could. And sure, there's things that were rough, and I wish somebody was, minding the store a little bit more, but there was always love and best efforts. So I also think tangentially, I want to say, how they say friends are the family you choose. And especially in this profession, you end up having a core group, the inner circle, who you go to for in times high, low, gaffes, panned movies, great movies. And I'm very lucky that I have a very special group of inner circle friends that I can go to.
Don't ask him to choose a restaurant, loves when his dog, Toupee, sleeps next to him, and he wants you to see his film. Edge of Everything. We thank Jason Butler Harner for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you. Hey, great research. I'm impressed.
Thank you so much, my friend. It's what I do, and you can always find more at beyondthemic.com. And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut. If you're enjoying these conversations, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and subscribe on the Good Pods app.